Yeah, I know, but hey, I got to do this thing, so I'll get back to you later, right? Bye. Hey, sorry about that. It's just catching up with a phone call. Hey, welcome to the Monday Morning Leadership Bite. Things are just really busy right now. Hey, you ever hear that before? Have you said that before? That I think as leaders, we've become more and more busy. I was going through some old files and I came across an article that was in a New York Times article written in 2012, June of 2012. It was called The Busyness Trap. And it first highlighted our culture, our world's obsession with being busy. And here we are, 6+ years later, and I don't think things have gotten any better. I think they've gotten worse, actually. I think many leaders are addicted to the idea of being busy. They wear it as a badge of honor to be able to say that they're double and triple booked. It's a status symbol to be able to show all these things that are on your calendar and all these activities that you're doing, that we overcommit ourselves. And hey, the holidays are coming up and we're just going to get even busier. We're going to go from busy to crazy busy, because then we got to plan holiday trips with family and cooking dinner and buying gifts for the kids for Christmas and all the other activities that come from being around the holidays. And I think as leaders, we need to fight this concept of busyness. Research has showed us that feeling busy, when they've interviewed people, leaders have come back and said, I feel as if I'm winning. I have my to-do list. I can check things off on to-do list. It shows that I'm maximizing my productivity, that I'm getting the most out of life, that I'm getting the most out of my day. And the research says it's the opposite is true. That when we're overwhelmed with this sense of busyness, that it actually has damaging effects on our mental well-being. That it is a contributor to stress. It's a contributor to exhaustion. It is a contributor to feeling burnout, the inability to focus in the present moment. So I think as leaders, we have to fight this concept of busyness. So I've got 5 tips for fighting busyness. Number 1, let's stop talking about how busy we are. If we give it a sense of purpose, then it will become purpose in our life. If we talk about being busy, then that's the thing that it has purpose. And I don't think we should really honor that. I don't think we should be proud of how busy we are, because it doesn't really do anything for us, despite what we think. Number 2, resist multitasking. Tons of research on this, tons of research on multitasking. And the fact that while we're doing something, if we're trying to do laundry or we're trying to watch a movie or we're trying to do something else at the same time, we're really not doing either one well. And I know I personally fall into that trap, but I think if we want to fight the busyness, we need to focus on one activity, do that one activity well, and let the rest just happen. And if you're like me, something comes up and you go, oh yeah, I need to do a load of laundry, write it down on a list and come back to it, but finish the one task you have at hand. Number 3, outsource, delegate, or cooperate. Those are all kind of on the tip number 3. Number is outsourcing. If there's something you can do, can you outsource it if you're not the one who has to do it? It could be as simple as having someone cut your grass, or having someone do the administrative work at the church, or having someone else run the report, or even run the meeting. Do you have to be the one that does it? Again, this goes back to the sense that we feel like we have to gain on control of that, and instead, can we outsource that and provide it direction and let someone else do it? Alongside of that would be to delegate, just to give that away. Don't just outsource it, give it away to someone. This is a chance for you to mentor someone else, bring someone else up alongside you to help relieve the pressure of doing all these things. Can you delegate someone in your family to do laundry or to learn to cook? Can you delegate someone at the workplace to do a report for you, or to walk and check on how things are going? Learn to delegate, and then cooperate. And what I mean by that is there are things that we do, more personal, but it can happen in a professional life, where, hey, if you take the kids to the soccer game, I'll go to the PTA meeting and take notes, and that way we can share. So you're doing one thing and I'm doing another, and we're both doing 2 things that have to be done at the same time. it allows me to maximize myself so we can cooperate with others. Number 4 is I want you to create margin. If you want to fight busyness, you got to create margin in your life. And what that looks like is actually taking time, set it aside, and give your time to breathe. You know, when I look at my calendar sometimes, I go from meeting to meeting, and I have no margin in there. I go from a 9 o'clock meeting to a 10 o'clock meeting, and I'm lucky if that meeting takes place in the same place, or if one meeting before it goes short, but that meeting goes long, it impacts the next meeting, which impacts other people's time. We don't give ourselves margin. We fill every part of the day, so you need to start giving yourself margin. Even if it's 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, give yourself margin. And then number 5 is to start to observe a Sabbath day. Now, the Sabbath is a concept in most Christianity circles, but I don't think it has to be. I think it can be secular as well. And it merely just means that I'm going to take a time away for self-care, to do something that gives me joy, to do something that fills me up. And if you can't do a day, do a half day. If you can't do a half day, do a couple hours. But sort of unplug from the busyness of the world and spend time with the kids, or volunteer, or read a book, or go to the spa, or play some sports, or watch a TV show. Something that gives you joy, something that is going to fill you up. And everyone's a little different. Sabbath doesn't necessarily mean rest. Sabbath doesn't necessarily mean completely unplug from technology. It means that you're going to do something where you go away from the busyness of life, and you then do something that provides you with energy. So there are your 5 tips. So your challenge this week is to merely just monitor your busyness. And is there something you can do to create margin, to create space, to delegate? Is there something you can do in order to fight the sense of busyness and instead just enjoy life in front of you? Focus on the present moment. So there you go. That is this week's Monday Morning Leadership. I hope you have a margin-filled week. Have a great one.